This is the Chima podcast. You are welcome to the show. Please help me welcome somebody else. These are the days of thunder. The lightning is coming fast and thick. The day of thunder is upon us. More than 20 immigration judges have just been fired this past weekend, and mass deportation looms. Mass deportation has not gotten to its peak yet. They are still fine-tuning the processes. The firing of these 20 immigration judges is just a step into that direction. And some and many are wondering, why do you have to fire them? We will get into it. As reported by the Associated Press and The Hill, they said 20 immigration judges have just been fired without no explanation. And it was reported that these judges have not yet been confirmed yet. They have not been sworn in. These judges are said to be rapid-fire appointments by President Joe Biden just before he left office. But critics of Trump are questioning, why do you have to fire the judges when at the same time you are looking to deport many? Who will be hearing those cases, they ask. I told you it's a day of thunder. There is a method to the lightning. There's a method to the madness. They went ahead to say, or they call it a head scratcher, what has just taken place. Now, let us put on our thinking brain and dissect through this so-called madness. Let's examine what is going on. I want to take us to a powerful tool that Trump has at his disposal. It is called expedited removal. Expedited removal. This was created in 1996 as part of the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act. It was created to deal with illegal migrants at the port of entry. That was in 1996. But what Trump administration has done, or just did, was to expand it to include air and sea, and to encompass everyone that has been in the country in the past 2 years. So anyone who has entered the country in the past 2 years will now be covered under the expedited removal. So that is one aspect of the madness. So if Trump and his bodyguards have fired all these judges, what do they hope to accomplish? To start with, the administration regarded those judges as a midnight appointment. They say it is part of Joe Biden's plot to derail the mass deportation agenda of President Trump. So that Joe Biden hurriedly made these appointments just before leaving office. And these judges are meant to sit on the immigration or deportation cases and drag it on and waste all the time. So, how does the expedited removal works? So this process would allow immigration officers and ICE agents to act like immigration judges, which means immigration officers and ICE agents are able to summarily arrest, hear, detain, and remove someone as quick as possible. 48 hours, 36 hours. As long as there is logistics to do so, they will be able to do it without any right of appeal. Without no right of appeal. We all know that mass deportation, just like baby drill, was bread and butter for Trump during the campaign. And it is his signature campaign promise: deportation and baby drill. And we have an estimated 15 million illegal migrants that have entered the US through the southern border and the Canadian border. And Trump has promised to remove them, to remove as many as possible. But he has 4 short years to do so. And we also know that the immigration courts are generally a barrier to removing migrants by the way they work, and we don't have enough immigration judges to start with. So what this means is immigration cases pile up, and the wait period becomes so elongated that people are very frustrated about the process. So what this does is, as it prolongs, the number of illegal migrants waiting for their case to be adjudicated keeps rising. That's how you have 20 million people undocumented in the country, or 30 million. And then at some point, you will see well-meaning Americans, or in most cases politicians, will say, you know what, we got to give them citizenship. Give them citizenship. After all, they've worked. After all, they've lived here. After all, they've paid their taxes. So that's what's going on. So by invoking the expedited removal, Trump has a potent tool at his disposal. A potent tool. So that is why I said these are the days of thunder, and there is a method to the madness. First of all, the fired judges will be replaced by the so-called believers, who will do as the administration wants, who will carry out orders and follow the law. That is what will happen. And then to get the multiplier effect, you have the expedited removal, where the immigration officers and ICE agents will also act like judges and be able to remove people very quick. So that's the game plan. That's the game plan. And this process does not affect US citizens or legal permanent residents or people who have asylum cases in process with accompanied minors. So you will hear a lot of things out there saying, oh, Trump is arresting US citizens, or ICE is arresting citizens and arresting green card holders and all that. That's fear mongering. That's not true. This is what happened though. There are times when ICE will conduct a raid because it's a wide net. So they conduct a raid, and inside the net, you will find some people that are legal residents. And you can see some Americans. So they will let them go and pick whoever they want. So that's what's going on. So they're not going about like picking anybody they see, Americans, permanent residents, or whatnot, and just shipping them. Where are you going to ship them to? So that's not true. So I'm sure now you can connect the dots. Why those judges are fired or have been fired, how they may be replaced by believers, and how expedited removal ties into everything to ensure that the mass deportation that President Trump had promised can be actualized. So we are still waiting. These are early days. A lot of people have been removed to Venezuela, to Colombia, to a lot of places. But these are just the early days, like I said. And more and more people will be removed because even though they're prioritizing criminal aliens and the gang members, we all know that at some point it will involve just any illegal migrant. Any illegal migrant they lay their hands on you, you're out. That's what will happen. That's what will happen. So what if Trump is successful? What does this do to the whole system? First of all, as we speak, few days into Trump's presidency, the border has been shut. Border crossing is down 97%. 97%. From 10,000 a day to less than 200 in just 2 weeks. Now, what else can happen? It also means when a lot of people are removed, processing time for asylum, for people who are applying for adjustment of status for permanent residence, people who are filing for their spouses overseas to come in, their waiting time will be considerably shortened. Because right now, asylum time is over 4 years, 5 years. And some people who apply for their spouses to come in, it keeps stretching. Normally it should be 18 months. Now it's crossing the 2-year mark and going, because there's a lot of people filing for asylum or whatnot. And we all know that people who cross the border, most of them, according to the reports, 90% of them do not qualify for asylum, because running away for economic hardship or for the so-called climate change, if climate change pursues you from your country of origin, that does not qualify you for asylum. You must show genuinely that you are being persecuted and you are fearing for your life, and that maybe you are a member of a particular group and you are fearing persecution for belonging to such groups, but not because you couldn't get a job or because the climate change is pursuing you and you are running into the US. It doesn't work that way, because there are thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that are waiting their turn to come into America legally. America remains the only country in the world that welcomes millions every year, and it continues to do so. So I will leave you guys with this. Go to the comment section as always, and thank you for those that have left comments on my previous video and podcast. Your comments are well noted, and I encourage you to go put some more comments down, and at the same time share the video, like it, and let it go viral. I'll see you guys again when I come around next time. God bless and thank you.